Hello, and welcome to the seventh quarterfinal of the fifth general edition. This is an insane group of people. As someone just messaged me saying, "ये तो घरेलू quiz करा रहे हो तुम," because all four people are very like, "Hey, ये तो अपने लोग हैं" type of a lineup. Let's invite all the four participants. All four of them have been here, so they all know how this works. That's another relief. The first participant made his debut in the last edition, reached the semifinals. Give it up for Abish Matthew.
What's up?
Hi, Abish. Hi, welcome back. Welcome back to KVizzing With The Comedians. From Abish, we move to someone who started his career with Son of Abish. And he's been here right from the first edition. Give it up for Saurav Mehta.
Hello.
Ooh. Okay. With that, talking about career, someone who's no, let's not do roast jokes. He's been here right from the beginning, was a finalist in India Quiz Edition, semi-finalist quite a few times, one of the best contestants in Quizzing with the Comedians, Vishal Diamond. Hey, lighting, background,
ट्यूबलाइट जलाई है आज तुम्हारे लिए.
क्या बात है, क्या बात है. Talking of tube light, the biggest rising, the biggest shining and brightness of Indian comedy. Had कुछ segue नहीं मिल रहा था. I never know how to introduce him because it's very awkward for me to introduce him. I mean, Zakir Khan.
बड़ा सही कल्टी मारा है ये. हाँ, ऊपर से ये किस टाइप के sarcastic jokes थे, light and tube light और ये सब.
नहीं.
I can take it in two directions. Whether it was about my IQ and not winning this competition ever, or it was about the color, it could have gone anywhere. ये क्या है?
नहीं.
क्या जोक है ये सब?
ट्यूबलाइट से मुझे ब्राइटनेस आया तो मैं उस डायरेक्शन में बढ़ा. फिर मुझे याद आया बचपन में बोलते थे ट्यूबलाइट, तो मैं रुक गया. Let's begin the seventh quarter final. All the best to Abish, Saurav, Vishal, and Zakir. The order will be Abish, Saurav, Vishal, Zakir. Next half, Zakir, Vishal, Saurav, Abish. Okay. So this is Abish's direct. We are talking about a certain disease. Okay. When the disease first surfaced, the English called it the French disease. The French called it the Spanish disease. Germans called it the French evil. Russians called it Polish disease. Poles called it Turkish disease. Turks called it Christian disease. And Japan called it Chinese pox. Which disease are we talking about?
I didn't know पोलैंड वालों को पोल्स बोलते हैं.
Poles, Polish.
Okay. All right. This is global. It's first surface, English called it French. Okay. Can I, I'll give it a shot. I will say simply, I'll say the Spanish flu.
Not the Spanish flu, Saurav.
Is it the chicken pox?
Not chicken pox, Vishal.
Is it plague?
Not plague, Zakir.
Smallpox, छोटी माता.
Not smallpox. Cool. Okay. I'll give a hint, make it a 5-pointer. So the idea, if you can see why everyone is calling it by different nationality, is because there is some sort of an embarrassment attached to the disease. Okay. And that's why, everyone is trying to sort of blame it or like make fun of other countries. The other hint for all four of you is think sexual contact. Okay. Think sexual contact. We'll start with Abish.
I've been thinking of that only.
Man, I have two options. I'm going to go with the most common one to start with when it first surfaced. AIDS.
Not AIDS. Saurav.
Is it syphilis?
It is syphilis. 5 points there for Saurav. Right. It is syphilis. When syphilis first surfaced, everyone kept calling it something.
Finally, it paid off. KV, you know what I'm talking about.
Very Nehru of you, I must say.
Yeah. What a weird sentence. Saurav gets 5 points for syphilis.
Yes.
इसको हिंदी में क्या कहते हैं?
मत करो.
सच में नहीं पता. विशाल?
नहीं पता मुझे.
आप पढ़ते हैं परसाई वगैरह, बताइए क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में?
तो परसाई भाई सिफिलिस के बारे में थोड़ी लिख रहा है।
हाँ, ओके। उपदंश, किसी ने मैसेज किया मुझे, उपदंश।
बहुत बढ़िया।
Okay, Saurav gets 5 points for syphilis, and I go to Vishal. Vishal, we're talking.
Sorry, that sent information.
Thank you. Finally. Okay, Vishal, this is for you. You need to identify two people. Okay. On his first visit to Vienna, 17-year-old Y performed for X. Okay. So two individuals, X and Y. X, then the greatest composer in Vienna, was generally unimpressed with other musicians, being so far ahead of his peers in talent and accomplishments. No one really knows what happened in the recital, but apocryphally, यानी ऐसा लोग बोलते हैं, जरूरी नहीं है कि ऐसा हुआ, but एक कहानी बन गई है, that X allegedly walked out of the room and he said, "Keep your eyes on him. Someday he'll give the world something to talk about." X and Y.
I will take a random guess because of Vienna. Beethoven and Mozart.
Who is X and who is Y? Because that is also important.
Vienna is Beethoven and Mozart is Y.
So Mozart is Y. So Mozart is the young guy who performed for the famous guy. You're saying the
Beethoven is the young guy, Mozart is the older guy.
So you're saying Y is Beethoven and X is Mozart?
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is correct. Full 10 points there for Vishal. It is correct. It's the legendary story that Beethoven performed for Mozart in Vienna.
Was he his opening act or what?
Not his opening act, but he just went and performed for him. And Mozart was known to have not been really impressed by other composers. And for him to say कि यार इस लड़के पे ध्यान दो, ये लड़का कुछ करेगा लाइफ में, that was a huge thing for Beethoven. Cool. Vishal gets 10 points for both Mozart and Beethoven. With that, I go to Zakir. Zakir, in the 1950s, chemist Joseph Shivers used an intermediate substance to modify Dacron polyester, producing a stretchy fiber that could withstand high temperatures. Determined to find a fiber to replace rubber in garments after nearly a decade of research, Shivers perfected the fiber at a DuPont laboratory. Okay. Moreover, the nature of this fiber allowed it to be incorporated into other garments beside girdles and undergarments. Known for its exceptional elasticity, what is this fiber's name?
पास मेरे को नहीं पता है.
Okay. Passes to Abish.
For me, substance about that.
Is it Nada?
Not.
I'm gonna go with spandex.
Beautiful answer. 10 points. Spandex. I would have also accepted lycra, but spandex is the answer I was looking for. The answer is spandex. Spandex is correct. Fun fact: spandex is an anagram of expands. Okay, in case you guys have.
Nice.
Now on Amazon Prime Video.
Yeah. Really?
Expands. Never mind.
Oh, okay. Oh, expands. Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Tough crowd. Tough crowd. This closing crowd is a tough crowd.
Abish gets 10 points for spandex, and I go to Saurav Mehta. Saurav, we are talking about a TV show now. Okay. After NBC cancelled X in its 4th season, the finale had the titular character heading back to Philadelphia. After fan outcry, however, NBC decided to bring the show back. Its 5th season opens with an NBC executive pulling him into a van to drive him back to California, saying it's called, and that's the show name, okay, dash, 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 not dash, 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 Philadelphia. Ultimately, the show had 6 seasons. Jay Leno, Queen Latifah, and Hugh Hefner have all made guest appearance on the show. Which 1990 to 1996 TV show are we talking about?
Shriman Shrimati. No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea about this. It's called NBC. Pass.
Okay, passes to Vishal.
It's always sunny in Philadelphia.
No. Zakir.
This show is called It's Always Sunny in California and Not Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
नहीं, नहीं.
No idea.
No idea. Okay, passes to Abish.
Well, this is I'm gonna say the one that he said, but I'll still take a try. The name of the show is It's Called Dash 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 Dash, not Dash 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 Philadelphia, right? This is permutation combination of all the words I know in the world. Pass.
Okay, we'll take one more round. Make it a 5-pointer. We'll start with Saurav. The hint is Will Smith.
Oh,
वो भी जो Netflix पे है.
नहीं, it's a 1990 to 1996 TV show.
oh shit.
हाँ.
इतना बुरा लग रहा है सौरभ, मैं तो को पता होना
हाँ,
ही
मतलब पता है मुझे उसका वो डांस भी ऐसे थोड़ा पता है बट
तो करना कम से कम मुझे पता तो नहीं है. कम से कम यहाँ पे तो हूँ मैं कि मालूम नहीं है भाई, जो भी चल रहा है पता नहीं क्या है. जो भी जवाब दे दे हम तो नहीं, कम से कम ऐसे तुम्हारे जैसे नहीं कि आता भी और नहीं याद कर पा रहे.
nothing's coming.
Okay, passing to Vishal.
Pass.
Zakir.
यार मिट्टी के रंग तो नाम नहीं का इसका. नहीं, नो आइडिया. बस.
No idea. Abish.
It's called The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and not The Fresh Prince of Philadelphia.
Beautiful answer. It is The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the show that made Will Smith a star. Okay, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Okay, and they cancelled it. And in the last episode of 4th season, Will Smith goes to Philadelphia. And the next season starts by guy driving him back to California. And he says, it's called The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and not The Fresh Prince.
You know, it's a very interesting story. Born in Philadelphia, born and raised, where I spend most of my days relaxing and
Tough crowd.
Okay.
Tough crowd.
Very tough crowd.
It's a very tough crowd. It's a very tough crowd.
Also, Abish very lousy attempts.
For more, watch Whoop on Amazon Prime Video.
The last right answer was Abish's Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So I'm going to Saurav now. Saurav, this is an etymology question looking at a one-word answer, okay? The word X and the concept of democracy were both born in ancient Greece, where the practice of a democratic vote extended to citizens voting to decide whether there were any dangerous individuals who should be banished because they were becoming too powerful, thus posing a threat to democracy. Those who were eligible to vote exercised this power by writing their vote on a sherd of broken pottery and dash. If the vote came back in favor of banishing the individuals, they were dash. Extra hint, the word has nothing to do with the birds, similar though the words are.
Is it veto?
Not veto, good guess. Vishal?
1 second, I am just.
Yeah, I'm playing it.
No man. हाँ नहीं रहा कुछ दिमाग से.
Okay.
Outlaw.
Not outlaw. Passing to Zakir.
Pass.
Passing to Abish.
The vote came back from the banishing. Banished. Banished.
Banished is your guess? Okay. No, banished is there in the question. So I thought you were just reading the question.
Oh no.
We'll make it a 5-point question now. So banish, etc. is good track. The meaning of the word is like excluding someone, okay, from a group or a society. That's the literal meaning of the word. The other clue that I want to give is that the last fun hint, so to speak, the word that has nothing to do with the birds. I'm talking about a flightless bird. Okay. So the word is very similar to the name of a flightless bird. What word do you think which means excluding from a group or society?
Oh,
Which is
My turn.
yes, Saurav.
Ostracized.
Ostracize. That is correct. 5 points there for Saurav. We're talking about ostracize. Okay. Ostracize. Ostracize. In ancient Greek, people used to vote. If someone became too powerful, they used to throw him out of the city for 5 to 10 years. You're too powerful to be here. Okay, ostracize. Saurav gets 5 points, and I go to Vishal. Vishal, I'm talking about a certain place, and it's how the name of the place comes from. Okay, its name may have been derived from the word dash, which is the local name for the mangrove species Heritiera fomes. That's one theory of where the name comes from. The second theory is that it has been proposed that the name is a corruption of a word meaning sea forest. Okay. The history can be of this place can be traced back to around 200 to 300 AD. A ruin of a city built by Chand Sadagar has been found in the Baghmara forest block. During the Mughal period, the Mughal kings leased it to nearby residents. Many criminals took refuge here from the advancing armies of Emperor Akbar. Many have been known to be attacked by tigers. Many of the buildings which were built by them later fell to the hands of pirates, salt smugglers, and dacoits in the 17th century. Which place is this? Look at all the hints. Maybe the name might come from mangrove's local name. Another theory is that it might be corruption of another word which literally means sea forest. Okay. And there are other hints in terms of tiger, there is forest. Yeah.
1 second. Sundarbans.
Sundarbans, beautiful answer, 10 points. The
Is
mangroves
it
there.
is it how I deduce Samandar one?
Yes, Samudra one became Sundarban. Also, the mangroves there are called Sundri. Okay, from Sundri, it comes, the word Sundarbans comes. Okay, Sundarbans, Vishal gets it right. I go to Zakir now. Zakir, Virat Ramayana Mandir is an upcoming Hindu temple complex in Kesaria, Bihar, India, with an estimated budget of around 500 crores. When completed, it will be the largest religious monument in the world. The temple will have a hall with a seating capacity of 20,000 people. Construction was supposed to begin in June 2015, but because of the protest of a certain country, the process was delayed. Okay. On your right is the image, like the proposed plan of Virat Raman Mandir. It's not built yet. This is the model. That's also a big clue. So, which country do you think protested the plan?
And Nepal.
Not Nepal. Abish?
Oh, me. China.
Not China. Saurav?
Sri Lanka.
Not Sri Lanka. Vishal?
Hmm.
They are subcontinent of it.
Is it Indonesia?
Not Indonesia. Okay, we'll start again with Zakir, make it a 5-point question. So the hint is, when you look, the problem of that country or the issue that they had raised was that the plan of Virat Raman Mandir or the model or the design is very similar to certain something. Okay. And they said that this thing is the most important thing of our country. Okay. And that's also a temple. Okay. That's also like has Hindu religious connections in some sense. So they were like, यार ये तो मतलब आप क्या हो रहा है, ये तो बहुत similar है हमारे उससे. Then Indian cultural ministry and Indian government said that no, it's actually very different, etc. So there was a conversation between that country and India. And yeah, so this looks like something which is very famous all over the world, which is in some other country outside India.
Thailand.
Not Thailand. Abish?
Uh, Malaysia.
Not Malaysia. Saurav?
I've run out of countries now. Just 1 second.
What does it look like?
Maldives?
Not Maldives. Vishal?
Burma.
Not Burma. No problem. We are closing it. Looks like
Just
Angkor.
can I?
हाँ
अच्छा.
नहीं हो गया ना दोनों, बट ऐसे बताइए
हाँ
गेस
ठीक है.
करना.
हाँ मतलब इसमें ये डिजाइन का अब बता दो चलो ठीक है.
हाँ.
हमको
Looks very
क्या?
similar to Angkor Wat, and that's why Cambodia.
Cambodia, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
Yeah.
Virat Temple is believed to have taken some inspiration from Angkor Wat Temple, which is the largest temple in the world, largest but not active. Cool. No one got it, so
Yeah,
we'll
we
come
know.
back.
We know.
We'll come back to Zakir because the last direct was his direct. Zakir, this time we are looking at a two-word answer. Okay, dash dash. It originally started with a different name, but later on changed to this. Was an American true crime magazine published from 1924 to 1955 by Bernard McFadden. During its peak from the 1940s to the early 1960s, it sold millions of copies and spawned numerous imitators. Though started with mystery fiction in the 1930s, it gradually phased out fiction. As such, this became the first true crime magazine. Now, the reason we have all heard of this two-word is because of something that happened in Louisiana in 2014. Okay, so just filling the blank.
What is this pic?
Of the magazine. तो मैंने magazine का cover है, मैंने ऊपर का वो हटा दिया.
Dude, I have no idea about this. I'll pass.
Okay, passing to Abish.
Oh, man. I'm used to it being passed after everyone's done with it. So, I will try to collect the fun answer award in this one. Thank you very much. I would like to call it the Mad Magazine.
No.
Going
to Saurav.
I have no clue. Just guessing. Pulp Fiction.
Not Pulp Fiction. Vishal.
I'll guess the serial.
Not the serial. Okay. Second round with 5 points. We'll start with Zakir. So the two-word is actually a TV show. That's the first hint. That TV show now has 3 seasons, and it's an HBO show. And crime, etc., true crime, etc. No, not actually true crime, but something to do with crime. The reason I said Louisiana in 2014 is because the first season of the show came in 2014. It was based out of Louisiana. So yeah, two-word answer. HBO show. 3 seasons have come so far. And yeah, crime is involved in the.
Whose is this?
Zakir.
Crime show यार क्या है? ये लुसियाना किधर है?
यूएस का एक स्टेट है. सो अमेरिकन शो है.
अमेरिकन शो है क्या? अमेरिका के बारे में ही है.
हाँ, अमेरिका के अंदर की स्टोरीज है और एचबीओ का शो है. टू-वर्ड शो है.
टू-वर्ड शो है अमेरिका का. मैं देखी नहीं यार ज्यादा, मेरे को बिल्कुल आइडिया नहीं है. ये इज इट माइंड हंटर्स? जस्ट
नॉट माइंड हंटर्स. अबीश.
I had written this down in the first round only, but because the answer is in the question, that's why I take it. Is it true crime?
Not true crime. Saurav.
And my guess is going to be True Detective.
Yeah, True Detective it is. 5 point there for Saurav. It is True Detective, which came out in 2014 and then now has 3 seasons. True Detective is correct. Okay.
Believe in yourself. In my head, it was true. This is the show I was thinking of, but the word was true crime.
Okay, that brings us to the end of the first half. Quick look at the score. Abish with 10 on Spandex and 5 on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. is on 15. Saurav with 3 5-pointers. One is syphilis, one is ostracized, and one is true detective is on 15. Vishal with Sundarbans and Mozart Beethoven is on 20. Zakir is yet to start scoring. So let's see. Okay. Second half now begins. The order will be Zakir, Vishal, Saurav, and Abish. This is Zakir's direct. Famously a military decoration in the Kingdom of Prussia and later in the German Empire and Nazi Germany. It is also known as a gymnastic move that requires, as you can see in the image, great amount of core, arm, and wrist strength. By what 8-letter word do we know this? So visual is a big hint. Okay. Look at the visual and think of one 8-letter word that you can think of. That's also a military decoration in Kingdom of Prussia, later in Germany, Nazi Germany also.
क्या है somersault सब कुछ
नहीं, not somersault. Vishal?
SAR something, pass.
Okay, passing to Saurav.
Pass.
Hmm?
Pass.
Passing to Abish.
Just gonna go with. I know the answer I'm gonna give probably doesn't check out the later half, but it's not even 8 letters. But life is short. Gestapo.
No, not Gestapo. We'll start another round, make it a 5-point question, starting with Zakir. Hint that I would give all of you is think religion. Okay.
No.
So think this image that you see of this person is extremely something that we've seen in a particular religion's iconography. Like we've seen this pose a lot of times. So think like what is that 8-word thing that comes to your mind looking at this image and something related to a particular religion's stories and past and beliefs and places of worship, etc., etc.
ये तो यार अब वो वर्ड भी नहीं आता ऊपर से स्पेलिंग भी का भी श्योरिटी नहीं है कि सही आएगी कि
ना
नहीं
आता है
आएगी
बोल दीजिए पार्ट पॉइंट्स मिल जाएगा शायद
हाँ।
देखिए
Got it. I mean, got it in the sense that
Yeah, same movie.
क्रूसिफाइड ऐसे कुछ
I'll give it to you. I was looking for crucifix. So
crucifix, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would have also, for the record, given point for Iron Cross because that was the military decoration. But
I
answer
wrote
is looking for
cross, but I was just like 8-letter thona cross. So my cross is SS cross, Gestapo cross.
Yeah.
CrossFit.
CrossFit.
CrossFit. Good for core. Okay. Crucifix or crucified is fine. 5 points there for Zakir. And I now come to Vishal. Vishal, this is the story of a person called Claude Johnson. In the winter of 1915-1916, Johnson personally named the first 3 Rolls-Royce aircraft piston engines, the Eagle, Hawk, and Falcon, starting the company's tradition of naming piston arrow engines after birds of prey. When Royce fell ill and took his between like Rolls and Royce, when Royce fell ill and took his design staff home in 1908, and after the death of Rolls in July 1910, it was Johnson who was responsible for until his own death in April 1926. Now Johnson describes himself as the dash in the brand's name. What do you think Claude Johnson describes himself as?
Oh, fuck. I would just guess as the rolls, wheels, roll something.
No, Saurav?
That's the just bad guess, but like calligraphy in the brand.
No, but not a bad guess. Abish?
Kumar, Varun, this is a question for you. How confidently can I answer an incorrect answer?
As confident as you can get.
All right.
Abhi.
Johnson described himself as the space in the brand's name.
Think of the brand name again and give another
Okay.
guess.
I describe myself as the dash in the brand's name or the hyphen. Not sure.
Hyphen. Hyphen
That's
is
the
the word I
word.
was looking for.
Hey!
Okay, the Rolls-Royce brand, if you remember,
Oh,
has
has a
Rolls
dash.
hyphen
Nice.
Royce,
Oh,
and Johnson
nice.
described himself as the hyphen in the Rolls-Royce. And this is the book, The Hyphen in Rolls-Royce, because that's what Claude Johnson called himself.
I mean,
Because he
Claude and
has
I
the
have a lot
brand.
in common. I used to call myself the in the improvisers.
Okay.
Nice.
Abish gets full 10 points for the hyphen in Rolls-Royce brand name. Okay,
Wow,
going to
confidence works,
Zakir.
huh? This confidence is really working.
Yeah, that's why when Meta said calligraphy and all, I said not a bad guess because it's somewhere
Yeah,
there.
close, yeah.
Yeah, and I nicely I took some time in the question and removed the Rolls-Royce hyphen when I said first three Rolls-Royce aircraft. I'm like दिखना नहीं चाहिए. Okay, Zakir, we are talking about an organization, okay, real world organization, but the hint comes from some science fiction thing. The Combined Hornet Ober Advancer Mercantile, CHOAM, is a universal development corporation in Frank Herbert's science fiction Dune universe. CHOAM controls all economic affairs across the cosmos, though it is still at the mercy of the Spacing Guild's monopoly on interstellar travel. Now comes the most important part. In a 1980 article, Herbert equated Quam with X. Now, X is a real world organization. It's not from a book or a comics or anything. The real world intergovernmental organization, which is a major power in a particular industry. So, हम एक real world intergovernmental organization की बात कर रहे हैं, which is a major power in a particular industry. In a 2011 article, Quam was ranked by Forbes as the largest fictional corporation with a net worth of 1.7 trillion. Essentially summary है कि एक फिक्शनल वर्ल्ड में क्वाम करके एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जो कि बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है और इकोनॉमिक अफेयर्स में काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है वगैरह वगैरह, बट द रियल वर्ल्ड वर्जन ऑफ दिस कैन बी एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जिसकी हम बात कर रहे हैं, which is also an intergovernmental organization, but it is a major power only in a particular industry. Yet it is very important in world affairs. What organization do you think we are talking about?
ये इसका ये मीनिंग पता है, ये लास्ट वर्ड का क्या मतलब है इसका, एडवांसर, ये क्या मतलब होता है इसका?
कौन सा?
Mercantiles, I think a group of merchants, is it?
हाँ, mercantile basically like commerce, businessmen उस सेंस में सोच सकते हैं, पैसे
Yeah,
से.
good
अच्छा.
question.
Is universe development in Frank Herbert science fiction universe? It was all economic affairs across the cosmos. But still is Mercedes, Space Guild, Monopoly, on social World Bank?
Not World Bank. Vishal?
But in a particular industry,
Hmm.
banking is an industry, right? Is it IMF?
Not IMF. Saurav?
World Economic Forum.
WEF? No. Abish?
Abish, confidence.
NATO.
Not NATO. Okay. We will start again with Zakir. Okay. I'm giving two hints to all of you. First is that all the organizations that you guys are thinking are like spread all over the world. They're very something like IMF, World Bank, yeah, wo. This has only 13 countries that are a part of this. That's the first hint. Okay. There are only 13 countries, or I'm not sure of the exact number, but 10-15 country honge max. Okay. Which it is so important in how the world works. That's first hint. My second hint will be the industry. The industry is like, think oil. Okay.
Sir.
Huh.
OPEC.
OPEC is correct. 5 points there for Zakir. OPEC, okay. OPEC can be compared to an organization like this, which is a major power in, of course, petroleum industry, etc. And yeah, has only a few countries, more like a cartel, some people call it, more than organization. Okay, 5 points there for Zakir with OPEC. And I go to Vishal. Okay. Vishal, when the Second World War broke out in 1939, X, then just a teenager, begged her father to join the effort somehow. Okay. She started out by making radio broadcasts. Just ignore that blue color. Okay. Started out by making radio broadcasts geared towards raising the morale of British children. During one of the broadcasts, the 14-year-old, which means 14-year-old in 1939, reassured listeners. She said, I can truthfully say to you all that we children at home are full of cheerfulness and courage. We are trying to do all we can to help our gallant sailors, soldiers, and airmen, and we are trying to bear our own share of the danger and sadness of war. Then, despite the risk, X eventually joined the Women's Auxiliary Territorial Service and trained as a truck driver and mechanic in 1945 when she was 18 years old. Who are we talking about?
It's a very random guess. Is it the Queen Elizabeth?
Yes, it is Queen Elizabeth II.
Right.
It is Elizabeth II, the current Queen of Britain. 10 points there to Vishal. She was.
I mean,
thought it was
Queen
very
Elizabeth. Yeah, Queen Elizabeth is good because when they join the military, it's obviously not the frontline military, but like support military. When the royals join, right?
Yeah, mostly, but like, yeah.
Except for the recent Apache helicopter. मेरा helicopter तो मैं उड़ाऊंगा ना.
Yeah. Okay, 10 points there to Vishal Dayama for Queen Elizabeth II. I'm going to Saurav now. Saurav, there is a visual also later, okay? So in in the image, so I'll just show you quickly the image, get back to this, and I'll again show you the image. Okay, we'll get back to this. In the image is a building designed by Joseph Paxton and originally built in Hyde Park to house the Great Exhibition of 1851. After the exhibition, the building was moved to an area of South London known as Penge Common, which no longer exists. When the building got burned down at Penge Common, it was never built again. However, the nearby residential area was renamed after the landmark, and a sports team founded in 1905 at this site uses the name of the building as well. Essentially, the building that I'm going to show you in the next slide, I want the name of the building or the name of the area or what is the name of the sports team, because all of those are the same. They're the same thing. Okay, so this is the building. Let me know whenever you want me to go to the last
Answer slide. Oh
no.
yellow.
1 point. Sorry, Mehta for fun answer.
टोटली 5 पॉइंट हो रहे हैं इस बार फन आंसर के.
If you don't mind, can I just read the question once? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. So the name of the area is still there, like.
Yeah.
Oh, that didn't help. I just asked the question, but.
Name of this building that you see here.
Yes.
Inspires the name of a sports team and also the area where it is.
Just on the basis of football, I'm taking a guess. Arsenal?
Not Arsenal. Going to Abish.
Oh, well, Saurav Mehta, such a plebby answer when of course the answer is Manchester. Give it to me. I'll take it. Give it. Say it, Kumar. I'm right.
And if it's actually Manchester, I'll kill you.
No. Going to Zakir.
मैनचेस्टर भी नहीं था ये. सिटी यूनाइटेड दोनों में तो कुछ नहीं है. आर्सेनल वेंगर और क्या. What is your favorite team, Kumar?
Hmm?
What is your favorite team European League में?
Liverpool.
बोल दिया मतलब नहीं है.
हाँ, लिवरपूल क्वेश्चन हो गया पहले किसी क्वार्टर फाइनल में. क्वार्टर फाइनल 5 में था. यूल नेवर.
Yes, of course. इसलिए तो मैंने कभी लिवरपूल इधर लिखा ही नहीं था.
नहीं पता, पास.
Okay, Vishal.
Is it Tottenham? Hotspur?
No. Okay, we'll start again with Saurav Mehta. The hint is like the biggest hint is literally just looking at this image and guessing what this is. That's the first hint. Second is that it's a 2-word answer. Okay. And yes, you're all on right track. There is a famous there is a football team from which plays in English Premier League. Okay, but the name is very like जो देख रहे हो वही है. It's like there's no trick here and there. So look at what it is made of and 2-word answer. Okay, if all 4 of you want hint, I can give more hint.
If all 4 of us want answer, will you give answer?
Yeah.
That also you can give and then nobody gets the point.
I'm just taking. Okay, yeah. Sorry, you were asking if everyone wants more hint.
Yeah. If everyone wants hint, I can give.
Yeah. Okay, hint.
Hint.
Okay. So
should I agree or disagree? I would say hint, please.
Okay, so the abbreviation is CP, like cannot place. CP.
Crystal Palace.
Yes, Crystal Palace. That is correct. 5 points there for Saurav.
As
As you can see,
Thank
there
you,
is
thank you, the
Crystal
rest
Palace.
of you. Thank you.
Okay, Crystal Palace.
Thank you.
Crystal Palace, and this was called Crystal Palace, and him.
Dude, Saurav, if you didn't get it, I still won't have gotten it. For me, when you say Crystal Palace, a bald guy and like the crystal. You remember that?
I am
TV show
not the
was-
hint. I am
Okay.
not the hint.
I don't know.
Okay, Crystal Palace is correct. Saurav got 5 points there, and I go to Abish. Abish, we are looking at a brand name. Okay, the use of the name X for a type of food goes back to the 18th century when mutton pies known as a X were served at meetings of a political club in London owned by pastry chef Christopher Catt. Now we come to the brand. The origins of what is now known as the X brand go back to 1911 when Rontrees, which is a confectionery company based in England, trademarked the term. The name first appeared in 1920s when Rontrees launched a brand of boxed chocolates with that name. What brand are we talking about? So we're looking at a brand name. You see how that word came back in the day, even before the brand existed. Then around 1911, the brand came to existence when a confectionery company based in England trademarked the term, which is the brand name. Okay. And they launched a box chocolate and so on. What brand name are we talking about?
It's elementary, dear Watson. Of course, the answer is Choco Pie.
Not Choco Pie.
I knew it. To you. Next.
Cadbury.
Not Cadbury. Vishal.
Ferrero Rocher.
Not Ferrero Rocher. Saurav.
I thought cat से Cadbury होगा.
Nutties.
Not Nutties. Okay, we'll start again with Abish. Okay, the hint is think Nestle. Okay, so it's a Nestle brand. Again, if all 4 of you want, I can give you a hint.
No, got it.
Okay.
I think.
And really
याद
famous.
रखूंगा विशाल, मैं याद
really
रखूंगा.
famous.
पिछले बार
Not-
भूलना नहीं कि मैंने चारों में से मैं एड़ा करने वाला था. but I said okay, just letting you know.
Okay.
Dude, okay, sorry. I just want to say, Vishal, take the hint, buddy. I still won't be able to guess.
Yeah, let's take the hint.
Oh, it worked.
क्या बता दो यार.
So Christopher cat is a big hint. Like Vishal
Yeah.
said, उसको लगा cat से Cadbury आएगा, but that's another way to look at it. So it's a Nestle brand, and Christopher cat is a hint.
Christopher Cat. Nestle, Christopher Cat. Diabetes. Everyone in the chat going, how could you not get this? Welcome. I will go with a very intellectual answer and say toffee.
Coffee? No.
Toffee.
Going to toffee? Okay, sorry. No, not toffee. Going to Zakir.
नेस्ले की तो मिल्की बार ही पता है यार मेरे को। नहीं बोली। It's fine. Pass.
Okay, Vishal.
Kit Kat.
Kit Kat. That is correct. 5 points there to Vishal.
Fuck, dude.
Kit Kat. Nestle Kit Kat. Kit Kat is what I was looking for. 5 points to Vishal. Okay. Vishal got Kit Kat, which means I go to Saurav. Saurav, these are a few hints for a country name. Okay. On the right is the flag of the country. Okay. Now there are 5 hints for this country. It is the smallest country in South America in terms of its geographical size and population. So area-wise also smallest, population-wise also smallest.
Yeah, man.
Although X is an independent nation, okay, it still retains strong links with Netherlands and was formerly known as Dutch Guiana. Okay, that's the second hint. Third, more than half of this country's population lives in the capital city, Paramaribo. So third hint mein capital bhi aa gaya, which is Paramaribo, which is located on the banks of the X River. Okay, X River, as in the river name and the country name is the same, and is around 9 miles from the Caribbean coast. You sort of know, like, geographically what part is this country in within South America. Okay, last hint, X's largest ethnic group is Hindustani, which makes up around 37% of the population. So look at the flag, look at all the 5 hints, and tell me what country are we talking.
My apologies in advance to people watching if it's not even the same continent, my guess, but the guess is Panama.
Not Panama. Abish?
The answer is Suriname. Is it?
Yeah, beautiful answer. It is.
You know how I know? I'll tell you.
Right.
On a flight, there was this Indian lady who kept talking to me in this very interesting Caribbean accent, and her last name was Patel. And I'm like, "Why are you from India?" She's like, "No." I said, "Your name is Patel." She's like, "No, I'm from Suriname. We used to be a Dutch colony. They took us to do some plantation and generation stay."
Yeah.
Who knew a business class ticket would get me 10 points?
Superb answer. Superb. It is Suriname.
Wow.
It is Suriname. Superb answer. Abish gets 10 points there. Yeah, cool. Okay. Then we now come to Zakir. Zakir, this is a one-word answer. Okay.
Okay.
The origin of the term lies in calculating early 35 silent films. Films were used to be measured by length in cutting rooms. And there are 16 frames in a dash of 35 film, which roughly represented 1 second of screen time in some early silent films. And this made this unit a natural unit of measure for film. The term is now referred to any part of a film showing a particular event. I'll just repeat the hint. ठीक है, तो हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं एक टर्म की, ठीक है, सो एक वन वर्ड आंसर की बात कर रहे हैं, ठीक है. उसका ओरिजिन आता है बहुत पुराने जमाने में, जब साइलेंट फिल्म के टाइम हम लोग फिल्म्स यूज करते थे, राइट. इसके बाद भी करते थे, बट ये वर्ड तभी से चल रहा है. तो उस टाइम पे फिल्म्स की लेंथ को कट करने के लिए एक उसको लेंथ से देखते थे कि इतने इसमें इतना स्क्रीन टाइम आएगा. जैसे अभी करते हैं ना, स्क्रिप्ट देख के बोल देते हैं 1 पेज का 1 मिनट का स्क्रीन टाइम आएगा. तो फिल्म की लेंथ देख के वो बोलते थे इतने में इतना स्क्रीन टाइम होगा. वो लेंथ के लिए, एक लेंथ को मेजर करने के लिए जो वर्ड यूज करते थे, वो वर्ड मैंने हटा दिया. सो थिंक ऑफ यूनिट फॉर मेजरमेंट ऑफ लेंथ. ओके, ठीक है. अभी आज की अंग्रेजी में, आज के यूसेज में, जब भी हमको किसी भी फिल्म का या किसी भी रिकॉर्डिंग का कोई पर्टिकुलर जब कुछ चाहिए होता है उसके लिए हम ये वाला वर्ड यूज करते हैं. तो हम कौन से वर्ड का ओरिजिन की बात कर रहे हैं?
So, origin comes like in calculation of value 35 and 7 film. Film were used to be measured by length in cutting rooms. And that there are 16 frames in.
हाँ, तो हिंट चारों के लिए कि 16 फ्रेम 1 सेकेंड, मतलब इस वो नंबर्स उतना इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, बट यूनिट टू मेजर समथिंग इंपॉर्टेंट है. ठीक है, और वो यूनिट से अभी का वर्ड है, और अभी का जो वर्ड है वो हम सब यूज करते हैं. इट्स वेरी लाइक ऑस्ट्रेसाइज्ड, इतना हाई फाई भी नहीं है, सो टू स्पीक. इट्स वन वर्ड जो कि इट्स लाइक फेयरली यूज्ड.
Scene.
नॉट सीन. विशाल?
Oh man, I have two guesses. Is it clip?
नॉट क्लिप. सौरभ?
Oh,
Nothing's coming that makes sense. Pass.
ओके. अबीश?
Can I confidently give a wrong answer?
गो फॉर इट.
This one 4-letter word is where you get the songs like I'm begging, begging, reels.
नॉट रील.
Oh, damn it. The confidence was good though. I should get points.
Okay, we'll start again with Zakir. So, what जो dash है, okay, the dash is a unit used to measure height, mostly height and distance. So think of units that you use to measure height and distance, और उस रूट वर्ड में हल्का सा ऐड करेंगे तो वो आ जाएगा जब आप किसी से किसी इवेंट का डैश मंगाते हैं. अगर किसी फिल्म या किसी रिकॉर्डिंग का एक पर्टिकुलर पार्ट देखना हो तो वो वाला डैश आप उससे मंगाएंगे कि उसका डैश भेज दो, या देयर इज नो डैश अवेलेबल फॉर समथिंग, और दिस डैश shows some footage. That is correct. 5 points there to Zakir. It is footage. Okay, it's a foot. Feet, that was the length, and foot se nikla footage. Beautiful crack. It is footage. That brings us to the end of the quiz. We'll now take a quick look at the score. Abish had 15 in the first half. He got Suriname, which is of course one of the best answers for the quiz. Suriname, and he also got the hyphen in Rolls Royce. So great. Nice. Second half. Abish ends on 35 points.
35, almost my age.
Saurav got 15 in the first half, but he got 5 in the second half with Crystal Palace. Saurav ends on 20 points.
I'm clapping for myself only. Thank you.
Vishal had 20 in the first half. He got Queen Elizabeth II, 10 points there, and he got Kit Kat, 5. So Vishal also ends on 35 points.
Wow.
Zakir got back-to-back 5-pointers in the second half. He got Crucifix, he got OPEC, and he got Footage. So 15 for Zakir. Which means
zero से तो better ही है. मतलब फर्स्ट हाफ में तो एक भी नहीं आया यार.
The two people who qualify for semi-final from this quarter-final are Abish Matthew and Vishal Dayal.
Oh, we both go through.
Yeah. First of all, thank you to Saurav Mehta. His streak of qualifying for semi every time, I think it ended here, but well played. 20 good stuff, Saurav. And of course, as always, massive thanks to Zakir Khan for always agreeing to be a part of this show and being so generous otherwise.
Thank you very much.
Thank you to all 4 of you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
bye.